They just shot a man here in the casino in Hard Rock. Oh my God.
There's multiple people in custody, and police at this time, they're working to try to figure out what led to what happened.
We asked Lil Tjay if there was a fight between them before the shooting. Did he put his hands on you?
I don't know how many times I say shit like that. Yo, that shot me. Shot me. La la la. There's a rat cat weirdos. Y'all in a good.
The scene outside the Hard Rock Hotel in Hollywood, Florida went from calm to straight chaos in seconds. What looked like a regular night flipped fast. Sirens, flashing lights, and people trying to figure out what just happened. Reports started coming in saying Offset had been caught up in a shooting right near the casino entrance, and that instantly had everyone on edge. Photos that popped up right after show how intense it really got. Paramedics rushed in with urgency, ambulance lights cutting through the dark while security and crowds packed in, all trying to make sense of it. You could feel the tension just by looking at it. People standing back, some recording, others completely frozen, just watching first responders move fast and focused. In those same images, emergency crews are seen carefully placing someone into an ambulance, moving quick but controlled. The energy felt heavy, no question about it. This wasn't something small, something serious had just gone down, and everybody there knew it. Now this is where things start connecting. Offset, known worldwide from Migos and his solo run, was reportedly involved in this exact situation.
The good news I do have currently, but I'm gonna have to knock on wood, I don't have a death to report, which is good. But there was absolutely a shooting that occurred. It occurred at the Hard Rock Casino.
The news spread fast, and fans everywhere started getting worried real quick. Before we go further, make sure you hit subscribe, like, comment, and share. This helps the channel a lot and keeps you tapped in on everything going down. Anytime an artist at his level gets tied to something like this, it grabs attention instantly. No delay at all. The moment those reports started spreading, people locked in fast. But not long after, a statement from his team came out and gave everyone a bit of relief in the middle of all that chaos. His spokesperson confirmed that Offset is okay and currently getting medical care at a hospital. That update alone shifted the mood, because at first, nobody really knew how serious things were. It had people thinking the worst. They didn't stop there either. The rep made it clear he's stable and being closely monitored, which says a lot. It means the situation was serious enough for immediate attention, but not being treated as life-threatening. Still, the fact this even happened has people asking real questions. What actually led up to this moment?
Why this Offset? Offset broke. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the stream too. That broke. That pop. I'll tell y'all a true story.
The matter of fact is, Lil Tjay and Offset was involved in an incident, okay? Now, clearly, I guess you guys could probably put two and two together. It appears that maybe, well not maybe, but most likely, Offset and Lil Tjay probably got into maybe some altercation.
And despite how intense everything sounds, officials made it clear the injuries were non-life-threatening. That's a major detail because it shifts how this situation is being viewed. It's serious for sure, but not the worst-case outcome many people feared at the start. They also reassured the public that the casino is secure and there's no ongoing threat. That kind of update matters, especially in a crowded, high-traffic location like that. People want to know they're safe, and authorities move fast to calm those fears. Still, one key detail hasn't been fully confirmed, whether Offset himself was the person placed into that ambulance. The timing and location seem to line up, but officials haven't clearly said it yet, and that small gap is exactly what has people watching closely. What makes this hit even harder is the location. This wasn't some quiet street or low-key area. This all went down at one of the most popular casino spots in Florida. A place known for nightlife, music, and non-stop energy suddenly turned into the center of a major incident. And that shift feels wild.
Goes not. He get another loan from somebody else for like 2 bands. I don't even take my loan. I'm like, that's Offset. I'm good on my money. I'm worried about this. God, mad, bro. I definitely run off for 5 bands. Out of that, he popped for the.
Moments like this hit different because they remind people how fast everything can flip. 1 minute, it's normal vibes, people enjoying their night, and the next, sirens, flashing lights, and straight confusion as everyone tries to figure out what just happened. Fans online have already been reacting, pushing for answers about what really led to this situation in the first place. That mix of emotions is spreading fast, and it's keeping the story alive. The lack of clear details is only making things more tense, and with 2 people already being questioned, there's clearly more to uncover. Investigators are likely building the timeline step by step, checking footage, talking to witnesses, and putting every piece together to understand what really went down. And as more details start coming out, the full picture of that night is starting to feel even more intense. People who were actually there are starting to speak out. And what they're saying paints a wild picture of a night that flipped from normal to straight chaos in seconds.
Lil Tjay is a little bit more elusive. Of course, again, I have a direct official source, heavily weighted, that confirms it. However, I did also talk to his team, and his team, while confirming that there might have been an incident, they weren't at liberty to tell me, or it's a lot of things going on. This is actually happening right now.
Witnesses say the valet area was busy like usual. Cars pulling up, people arriving, others leaving. Just that steady flow you expect outside a major casino. Then out of nowhere, everything changed. A loud series of pops rang out, and at first, some people didn't even understand what they were hearing. But that confusion didn't last long. Within moments, everything turned into panic. People started ducking, running, trying to get out of the way as reality hit fast. This wasn't fireworks. This wasn't random noise. This was something serious happening right in front of them, and the energy shifted instantly. Security reacted quickly, moving people back and trying to lock down the area as fast as possible. That kind of response matters in moments like this because every second counts, and moving fast can make a huge difference in how things play out. Now here's where things start getting even more complicated, because as these accounts come out, they're adding new layers to what really happened that night, and it's raising even more questions. Now, investigators are reportedly going through surveillance footage from multiple angles around the casino, and if you know how spots like this operate, you already know there are cameras everywhere. That means there's a strong chance key moments leading up to the incident were caught on video, and that could change everything.
It's been reported that it's a leg shot when it comes to Offset, and it's supposed to be a non-life-threatening wound, but at this point, because he was transported to the hospital, we don't know the full details.
Like, yo, I need a favor. This
Wait,
is a
let's
test.
not skip over that. He told her to he still needed that. He still needed that.
Oh. So he was like, I did a favor and this is a test. I was like, okay, what? He was like, how much money can you get, or are you by?
That's exactly why verified updates matter so much in moments like this. When things are moving fast and emotions are high, real information is what keeps everything grounded and stops things from getting out of control. Offset being reported as stable has definitely eased some of that early fear, but it hasn't slowed down the questions at all. People still want answers. How did this happen, and who was really responsible for it? Another layer to all this is the location itself. The Seminole Hard Rock isn't just any spot. It's a major hotspot filled with events, celebrities, and non-stop nightlife. It's always active, always packed, which makes this situation hit even harder. Because of that, people are starting to question how something like this could even happen there. Were there warning signs leading up to it? Was there some kind of argument or confrontation? Or did this come completely out of nowhere?
I ain't got nothing to do with that casino. He was popped. He was panicking. He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke.
Right now, none of that has been confirmed.
A lot of things to get to. We don't know the current status of both rappers at this moment.
Posts are already trying to link another well-known rapper to the situation, with people throwing out claims like they already know the full story. But not everything being said out there can be trusted. But here's the reality.
I don't know what happened. Nobody was answering his phone call. He popped, trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction.
None of those claims have been confirmed by authorities at all. Right now, it's all speculation. And that's a risky space, because things can spiral fast when rumors start getting treated like facts. That hasn't stopped the internet from going wild, though. Comments, videos, and reaction clips are spreading everywhere, with people breaking down every tiny detail they can find. Some are even digging into past interactions, trying to connect dots that might not even be related. And this is exactly how things get messy. When emotions are high and real information is limited, people start filling in the gaps on their own. Suddenly, theories start sounding believable and actual facts get buried under all the noise. Meanwhile, investigators are staying locked in on real evidence. They're not chasing online rumors. They're focused on surveillance footage, witness statements, and physical proof to figure out what actually happened that night. That contrast is huge. On one side, the internet is moving fast and making bold claims, while on the other side, law enforcement is moving carefully, making sure nothing is assumed without solid proof.
And I was like, I mean, like I have I sent him the video, like all that money that I have in my safe.
You're rich.
And he immediately called me. He called me back, and then he was like, bring all of it.
And let's be clear, just because someone's name is being mentioned in rumors doesn't mean they're involved. That's something people overlook way too often in situations like this. Names can start trending for the wrong reasons. And once that happens, it's hard to reverse the damage. At the same time, the fact that this situation involves major names in the music world only adds more attention and pressure, making everything feel even bigger and more intense. That only brings even more attention to the situation. Fans are fully invested, communities are reacting, and every single update is being watched closely as this story keeps developing. Back at the scene, more details are slowly coming together. Investigators are carefully mapping everything out. Who arrived, when they showed up, who left, and what exactly happened in those critical seconds before everything changed. Those small moments could end up being the key to understanding the full picture. There's also growing focus on what led up to it all.
Yo, he just popped. He called it cash after in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 5 I offered, I'm like, yo, you pop. You waiting for some bread? For my money. I swung that 5. You know how I get. He gets popped. Not us two dicing each other. He gets popped straight to the casino.
Was there tension building before things escalated, or did this happen suddenly with no warning at all? That question is still sitting right at the center.
I was like, I don't even know how much this is. He was like, bring all of it, because I have a ton of 20s and then like hundreds.
At the time, not now, currently.
No.
Because, continue. Keep going.
Because now, so then he was like, yeah, bring all of it. So I actually did.
As this situation keeps unfolding, one thing is becoming more clear. This story is way bigger than just a single moment. It's a mix of unanswered questions, rising speculation, and a lot of eyes locked in, waiting for the truth to finally come out. Investigators are still working behind the scenes, connecting every detail step by step, from surveillance footage to witness accounts. They're building a timeline piece by piece, and when that full picture finally drops, it could completely change what people think they know right now. At the same time, the noise online hasn't slowed down at all. Rumors are still moving fast, names are still being brought up, and people are trying to put everything together on their own. But until anything is officially confirmed, all of that stays in the category of speculation. And that's something a lot of people forget. What really matters right now is that Offset is alive, stable, and getting the care he needs. That part can't get lost in all the chaos, no matter how intense the headlines get, because this is a real situation involving real people. And with 2 individuals already detained and more details expected soon, it's only a matter of time before clearer answers start coming out. And when they do, they could shift the entire story in a big way.
We argue with Offset, y'all.
A picture, goddamn, you ain't that much of a celebrity, bro. You ain't that much of a celebrity, bro. That's only guys on that a picture. Yeah, we black people.
As more updates get ready to surface, the pressure is building from every direction. People aren't just watching anymore. They're waiting, refreshing, and reacting in real time as the situation continues to develop. Authorities are expected to speak again, and when they do, it could answer some of the biggest questions still hanging in the air. Who was truly involved? What actually sparked everything? And how did it all unfold so fast in a place packed with people? Those answers are getting closer, but they're not fully here yet. At the same time, the spotlight on Offset hasn't faded one bit. Fans are still showing concern, sending reactions, and watching closely for any updates on his condition. Every new detail about his recovery matters, and it keeps people connected to what's going on. Behind the scenes, this case is still active, still moving, and still being pieced together step by step. Nothing is final yet, and that's what keeps the tension high. One confirmed detail could shift everything, and right now, everyone is waiting to see what that moment will reveal. This situation is still unfolding, and until the full story comes out, the attention, the questions, and the speculation aren't slowing down anytime soon. Right now, everything is still developing, and the story hasn't reached its final form yet. New details could drop at any moment, and when they do, they could completely change how this entire situation is understood. And what makes this even more intense is how many moving parts are involved. You've got witness accounts, surveillance footage, detained individuals, and a high-profile name all connected to one moment that happened in seconds. That's not something investigators can rush, and it's why every update feels so important.
But in my mind, I was like, I can't give him the 20s. Like, let me just give him the hundreds. He was like counting out in the car. I went to the casino, by the way. I'm not going to do every single detail and have this.
She's working on her 40-minute straight drive.
At the same time, people are watching closely to see how this impacts everything moving forward. Not just the investigation, but also the conversations happening around safety, security, and how something like this can happen in such a busy location. And while the internet keeps pushing theories and reactions, the real answers are still being built behind the scenes. That gap between speculation and confirmed facts is where most of the tension is coming from right now. One thing is clear though, this situation has everyone paying attention, and until the full truth comes out, the focus isn't going anywhere. Every update, every statement, and every detail is adding to a story that's still unfolding in real time. The big question now is, because this with